It's Ace Frehley right here on your classic metal show with Into the Night. I think Chris is familiar with that.
I'm thinking that from here on out, we don't play Ace Frehley anymore since our good friend Anthony Espinoza doesn't seem to like him.
Espinoza?
Yeah. That's his name, isn't it?
Oh, Esposito.
Whatever.
Espinoza. It's like, what are you saying?
All right, I forgot. I'm drunk.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've been drinking since 7:30, man.
Why?
I don't know. Because I was just in that mood.
Okay.
It's cold. It's cold, and I had whiskey, so I drank a couple of whiskey and Cokes and chilled down to beer.
And what is the choice of whiskey brand that you're drinking?
I'm drinking that Black Label that whoever brought to the party.
Okay.
Remember that bottle of Black Label?
I saw it. Yeah, absolutely. Stephanie was pouring you little bits and drops of that throughout the evening.
Yeah, well, I couldn't drink it straight. I'm sorry, but if that makes me a pussy, so be it. But I cannot drink it straight. It's just a little bit too harsh of a taste.
Yeah.
But I certainly like it with a little bit of Pepsi.
Sure.
That's some good stuff there.
Well, if you want to try, a pretty decent drink, Jack and Coke obviously is a standard.
Sure.
But why don't you, if you ever feel like it or even think about it, next time you have some Jack Daniels on hand,
sure,
try some Jack and Ginger Ale.
Jack and Ginger Ale?
Yeah,
I have not tried that.
It's called Jack and Ginger.
I have not tried that.
It's sort of like a, your 40s romantic, movie type thing. Jack and Ginger.
See, because I call it Jack and Ginger when I drink a shot and then fucking go down on a menstrual chick.
Ugh, you know what? Enough with that. Dude, really? Seriously?
That's a Jack and Ginger.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well,
you played the bumper. You put it in my mind.
I did. And Wheezy did a good job at collecting your various over that's the thing about Wheezy. He either he catalogs all the shows and knows what's contained in the shows,
right?
Or he's just got a massively great memory to know where to find stuff, because there's clips and pieces and parts that are from at least 4 to 5 different shows.
Oh, I know, it's great, and some of them. The one where Teresa was here and she acknowledged that there was a fucking going on. That's from the summer.
That's my point. Either he knows where that stuff is at, or he catalogs the show. I'm not really sure what his method is, but for him to be able to pull those clips out and then edit them together and make one big clip out of that's takes some time and effort, because you and I have both been doing editing and finding pieces and parts and putting clips together forever and a day. Mm-hmm. And it is time consuming.
Oh yeah.
But apparently he knows where those pieces and parts are in a 6-hour show to be able to just pull those out and edit those together.
Yeah, he's dedicated to the cause.
He is. So that's if the average person out there who has little to no experience in editing and pulling out audio clips and whatever, that is a time-consuming job.
Yeah, it really is.
So my hat's off to Wheezy.
Mine too.
Especially when he puts something together like that and he weaves it together from 4 or 5 different episodes.
Yeah, that's a great bumper. Although it's not doing me a whole lot of good on the dating scene, but
So your latest conquests.
All right. Now let's not go into conquests.
Well, let's just put it this way. Your latest love interest.
Yeah.
How is she handling the classic metal show, or is she just not paying attention?
I asked her, without getting too into it, I've kind of, working my way into seeing somebody for a few months now.
Okay.
Sort of serious, but not all the way serious.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It does make sense.
More serious than I've been since I've been single.
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
All right.
And with this one, I asked her point blank to not listen to the show for 3 months.
Right.
I asked her to just take 3 months and not listen to the show and know me before she knows the show.
Right. We get to know who you are.
Yeah.
Separated, from the classic metal show.
Right.
Wild and crazy, out of control Chris Aiken guy with the foul mouth and the menstrual play attitude.
Right. I would rather her know day-to-day me before she knows fucking crazy me.
Sure.
So that it reacts like a crazy, the crazy side of anybody that everybody has. Instead of going the other way of, all right, well, here's this crazy fucking psycho that's pretending he's soft when he's not,
right.
He's not on the radio.
Sure.
So I went with that, and I can't say for sure that she honored that or didn't honor that, but I finally gave her some clips to listen to recently.
Okay.
In the last 2 weeks, and she was not completely horrified. I mean, I won't lie. I gave her some of the more tame shit. I did not give her, menstrual blood and fucking me hitting on fucking dominatrixes and stuff. I went with crying at Ted Nugent.
Sure.
And where's my shoes? And
that that still is one of my favorite.
That's a fun one, man.
Where's my shoes? I love that segment.
Yeah, that's a great one, man. But I went with those kind. I didn't go with the full on, suck my dick at your job. I didn't go there yet.
How come? Why not? Why didn't you just break out?
Oh, believe me. I have a plan, and the plan is if things keep going the way they are, eventually I have to come with the real stuff.
Sure.
That's just part of it. I can't just, I will not have a secret life. Fuck that. I'm not going to do it, but I got to make sure she knows who I am before fucking, going on. Look at Sal in the chat room about Jason the Horse is our best work.
Well, that was funny, but it really wasn't our work per se.
Yeah, it was Ian Punnett's best work.
Yeah, we were just regurgitating something that Chris found to be rather interesting or kind of funny.
Boy, was it. And you know what's funny about that one, dude? That was one of the believe it or not, of all the shit that I've ever said on this show, that was one of the very biggest fights I've ever had with the ex.
I know, I remember, because she was saying that you somehow were advocating bestiality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, dude, that was so far from that. That wasn't even our material. We were just more or less just commenting on what was being said. That had nothing to do with us.
Yeah, it had zero to do with us, but my God, it was an absolute fucking war.
Yeah, I know, and I remember that happened, and that was shortly before you exited the show.
Yeah, it was. Well, dude, that was when the whole show was falling completely apart for me.
Right.
That was literally at the point that I would do the show for 6 hours and then take 3 more hours of just being yelled at.
Yeah.
What fun.
Well, the thing is that Jason the Horse thing,
yeah,
that was on national syndicated radio.
Yeah, on commercial radio.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with us. You just found it rather interesting that this guy, seemingly thought he was a horse in another life, and we just more or less commented on it, but there was no way, and even today, neither you nor I, and I'm just assuming this, but you and I don't advocate bestiality.
No, I guess not. But look at Angel of Death. She thought that was supporting bestiality. Wait until she hears Kay or a raccoon.
Right. Exactly.
That's funny.
That
was funny. I need to listen back to that.
That had me. I was laughing. I listened to it. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. I listened to it in the car.
Sure.
And I literally had tears in my eyes. I couldn't see the road. I was laughing so hard.
What's Blaine me have to say about it?
Oh, you know what? He was so busy this week. He didn't even get to listen to the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he attempted to. I saw him at his desk, and he was trying to listen. Yeah. But he was getting interrupted constantly from, just having to do the job that they pay him for,
Damn work.
Yeah. Gets in the way of my pleasure.
Sure.
But no, he didn't get to listen to it this week like he normally does.
Right.
So no, he was in the middle. The only thing that he said to me This week was, what was it? He made one comment from part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that was as far as he got, and he's just like, dude, I've just been so busy in the home and this and that and the kids and the wife and the weather and
right?
It's like, it's just cutting into my pleasure.
It's funny.
Can't sit here just quietly and listen to my favorite podcast.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah, stop interfering.
Yeah. Hey, Wheezy, since you're going to listen to this anyway, there's a request in the chat room that we need a Snatch Chat bumper. And I do agree that we do need a Snatch Chat bumper.
Right. Well, speaking of which, you mentioned at the top of the show that Wednesday, for whatever, you went out Wednesday and you said there's a story there. Obviously, I don't know it since I haven't spoken with you this week.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not my normal stories. It's just a little. It's odd, as always is the case with me. But so I have this friend. It's a girl, female, my age. I went to high school with, and I've been trying to find time to just just see her because I haven't seen her in a long time. We've been talking on Facebook and whatnot, and so we were just trying to make some time to do like a dinner or something, dinner or whatever, just hang out, catch up, that type of thing, right?
Sure.
So we were supposed to go and do something on Monday, and of course Monday got blown out by her gig. She works this weird schedule.
Okay.
So then she hits me up and says, well, what about Wednesday? And I'm like, what time on Wednesday? Now here. Okay, now you know jobs, Neely, okay? I'm going to let you tell me what time she wanted to hook up on Wednesday. You tell me.
Well, I would assume, again, if not knowing anything about who you're talking about or what the circumstances are,
I'll tell you her job.
Okay.
And then I'll let you go. She is an in-home nurse for a very elderly lady.
Okay.
That's her job.
That's her only job, as she services one client? One customer.
Well, I mean, and then, obviously when this old lady dies, then she'll move on to the next granny.
But her only concern at this moment is just one person.
Correct.
Okay, and I would assume that it might consume between 6 and 8 hours out of her day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, my guess would be 4:00 in the afternoon.
Okay, you would be short by 7 hours.
Okay.
She says to me, why can't we, she says, I'd really like to hook up. Can we hook up at 11:30
p.m.?
p.m.
Wow. Well, most people are usually going to bed by that time.
Yeah. But you know me, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, I know sometimes you work some crazy hours and you'll work until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So, sure. All right. 11:30 p.m.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I go out there at 11:30 p.m.
Well, what's open at 11:30 p.m. or are you just meeting at her house?
I just met her at her house.
Okay.
And you remember when you were here at the party, somebody brought me this bottle of winter Jack Daniels, Jack Daniels winter blend or whatever that was.
Yeah, it's not quite as potent as the regular blend, but I guess it's a smoother blend or something. I'm not really sure, but go ahead.
All right. Well, that's what I took with me. She's a big Zeppelin fan.
Okay.
So what I took with me was a bunch of cool bootlegs that I have of Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
And this bottle of winter Jack. And our plan was to drink Jack Daniels and listen to Zeppelin.
Okay, and how are you drinking the Jack Daniels? Is this straight out of the glass, or is it a mix, or just what?
she was drinking Jack and water. I was drinking Jack and Coke because I'm a puss.
Yeah, well, it's not being a puss. I mean, Jack mixes well with Coke.
Yeah. Oh, part of it too was I wasn't drinking. She drank way more than me. If you can fathom that for a minute.
So was basically you went over there late. You took a bottle of Jack with you, winter blend. You enjoyed some whiskey, played some Zeppelin, and you did what? You talked?
Yeah, we just caught up on 25 years that we haven't seen each other.
All right, so you let the Zeppelin play in the background.
Yeah, well, actually, we never got to playing the Zeppelin. We just had TV on in the background. She just had a TV on in the background, and we just hung out. And we were listening to the TV, I guess, and just telling stories about the past.
Okay.
But now here's where it gets goofy. As you know, my daughter blew up her car.
Yes.
So she no longer has a car. So in the perfect world, I usually give my daughter my car. So I knew I had to be out of her place by 5 a.m. Okay?
All right. So you went there at 11:30 and you basically talked through the night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So I literally had my phone set to warn me at like 4:45 that, all right, time to fucking start wrapping up, and get the fuck out of here. So my phone goes off. It tells me that it's time to go. So, I start saying, all right, I got to get ready to go, got to get my kids got to get the car, go to work, blah, blah, blah. It's this whole thing, right? So I go out to my car, put the keys in the car, nothing.
Yep. Battery dead.
Battery completely fucking dead.
Nice.
So here's where I get to look like a fucking infant. What do? I call my mom and I ask my mom to go and take my kids to work.
At 5:30 in the morning?
5 o'clock.
What, was she awake?
No. I woke her up.
Wow.
I woke her up.
Now your new friend, she didn't have a car. You could just jumpstart yours? Oh, okay.
So I was literally stranded, and she's like, well, you could ask this neighbor or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to wake up your fucking neighbor who I don't know at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
So literally I had to call my mom, and my mom had to go and get my kids to work and blah, blah, blah. And then by the time that all got worked out, and then, I was going to ask her to come and jump my car, but of course she didn't have cables. And of course my daughter decided to take the cables out of the car because there wasn't any room for them.
Oh, right.
Jumper cables. There's always room for jumper cables.
Sure.
No?
Yeah. They don't take that much room.
Yeah. So literally I ended up having to pay $50 to get my fucking car jumped.
Right. Did you end up buying a new battery?
No, the battery's brand new. I left the lights on.
Okay.
I was so fucking excited to get over there that I just fucking jumped out of the car.
Sure.
Left the fucking lights on.
Nice. So at 5 a.m., you killed the battery in your car, and then what happens once you finally get everybody organized and going where they got to go? Then what happens?
Well, we just ended up hanging out until like 9 o'clock in the morning. When I could get AAA over to her place so that I could fucking jump my car, and then I left. But
what didn't she have a job to go to?
She works every other day and one day on the weekend.
Oh, so she had the day off.
She had the day off, so she could go to bed. Me, not so much. You know me, just what's sleep? Who needs fucking sleep? I just was like, look at Angel of Death. Chris was really excited to talk.
So, I mean, you were there for 10 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
a lot of stories to tell.
Sure. So you get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's just like, wow, what a night.
Yeah, just literally ran through the shower, fucking to wake up and threw some coffee in me, and right back to work.
Sure.
You know, they don't. Who needs sleep, right?
Right. Well, what time did you crash out on Thursday?
Midnight.
Really? So you went basically almost 48 hours without any sleep.
Yeah. Oh, you know me, dude. I do that.
Right.
I do that less often than I was a year ago. But in fact, this was the first time in a few months that I've gone like days without sleep. But yeah, I went like 2 days without any.
So what was the end game with catching up with this girl after so many years and 10 hours worth of talk?
What do you mean the end game?
Well, I mean, this was just somebody that you knew in high school and you just wanted to hang out with her, or was
yeah.
it?
You know what, dude? It was one of those things. It was like she was always kind of one of those, what ifs, and she like used to date a lot of my friends, so we used to sort of hang in the same circle, but never hung that way. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of one of those things.
Sure.
Just kind of seeing what's up.
And what's up?
I don't know. We're friendly.
Okay. All right.
What do you want me to tell you?
Well, where has she been for the last 5 years since high school? I mean, is she married, got kids, not married? What's the deal?
Not married, split, no kids. Never married, but was in an 18-year relationship.
Oh, 18 years.
18 years, but never got married. One of those didn't believe in marriages.
Okay.
And boy, if you don't think that's appealing. Wow.
So she basically had an 18-year relationship, no kids, and that ended because why?
I don't want to get into all of that.
Well, I don't need, specifics, but just in general.
Fell apart, grew different ways,
Mm-hmm.
moved on to this and that, and, this guy did this, she did that, blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
That kind of shit.
And how did you reacquaint yourself with this gal?
How do I end up acquainting with everybody?
Pretty much Facebook.
The mighty Facebook once again.
Right.
I've got more more discussions on Facebook than anything.
I'm glad I'm not on Facebook, to be honest with you.
Brother, I love Facebook. Facebook makes me happy.
No Facebook for me.
Love the Facebook.
Although I do see once in a while a comment or two made by people that I didn't really know that well.
Yeah.
Make a comment on the CMS Facebook where I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, okay, yeah, I kind of knew that person, but not real well.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, you can't take any of it as like life or death serious. You just take it as what it is. And, it's a weird place with me and you because there's always people saying they know me and you better than they know me and you.
Right.
That happens all the time.
Well, I noticed somebody that I had a very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? A very informal acquaintance with, and that is the truth. The word acquaintance, because that's as much as it is. Who seems to make a comment now and again on the Facebook where I'm concerned. There was you posted that picture on the Facebook. I think it was last week when I was fanning out that money.
Yeah.
And this person made this comment that that couldn't be my hands because I don't bite my nails.
I saw that, and I was like, who is this?
And that's a person who I barely knew or even was acquainted with for 6 weeks. And that person, that was, you see, 9, 6, 16, 17 years ago.
Well, dude, I mean, 17 years, what's changed with the way you handle your hands?
Apparently, but the thing is this was somebody who was a student, not even a friend or a whatever, not even a hangout person, just somebody who I basically taught at a school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
It's just bizarre. When I read that and saw who it was from, it was just like, that was like 17 years ago, and you were a student in a class I taught for 6 weeks.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works,
Yeah, it's just like, okay. I mean, obviously I know who this person is.
Yeah.
But that's as far as it went. It's just weird.
Yeah, I saw that one, and I was like, all right. And I didn't even comment on it because I was like, who the fuck is this? I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, so I just found that just odd that comment would be made. I was just like, all right.
Sure.
What was that, like 1997?
I'm sure you haven't chewed your nails since 1997.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just weird. People are weird.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, this was not like some great story or anything. Just was kind of odd. Let's meet up at midnight.
Right. Look at Nathan from Kentucky. Neely was teaching stalking 101.
No, Neely has been the class example of how to be stalked.
Right.
On several occasions.
Salvatore. Yeah, Salvatore Pope says, I like Neely because he's rich. Okay.
Yeah, you're a wealthy one.
Yeah, I'm a wealthy guy.
You and me both. We're fucking just rolling in money. In fact, I tuck myself in under dollar bills every night.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Nice.
Dick.
So anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my story for the week. Was Wednesday was my run around night. And of course I did it in typical Chris fashion where just gave up sleep to do it.
Was it worth it?
Sure.
Did you enjoy it?
Sure.
And did you leave her with the Zeppelin?
Oh, yeah. I left her. Dude, she hooked up.
Well, I got the Zeppelin collection. I mean, I know what you had.
Yeah, that's a good collection right there, isn't it?
I agree.
But I gave her that 6 CD box set, and then I gave her, and this is something I don't think I've given to you, but the Shepperton sound rehearsals from the show that they did in 2007.
Well, is that the O2 arena?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have that on DVD.
No. You have the rehearsals?
No, I have the the actual concert and the CD from the concert.
Oh yeah, but I actually got through Wardlaw. He got a hold of the rehearsal, the walkthrough rehearsal of the show.
Oh, nice.
Like 3 days before or something, and I have that.
Sure.
And I left that as well, and that's solid, man.
Wow.
Good stuff, and you can't really get that anywhere. That's good stuff.
Right. Well, sounds good, dude. Well, it sounds like you had aside from the working, you had kind of a weird twist there in the middle of the week.
Yeah, you know what, dude? And you know me, dude. Anytime I can get out from behind the laptop for a little bit is good, because I do work way too much.
Sure. Well, you got to pay the bills, man.
That's paying the bills, and it's trying to build that future, man. And, I got all these things coming right now with, between the restaurant and the museum and the book and Aiken IT and, all my shit. I got so much going on. I can't really get away from the laptop very often.
Sure.
So I try to, when I can. If somebody puts an offer out in front of me, I try to take it if I can. So.
Right. So what's the latest on the book? I mean, where's that stand?
I sold one tonight. Thank you, Sal.
Okay.
Sal in the chat room bought one.
Nice.
The book is, I haven't checked during the week, but it was at like about 3:30. So, it's at least 3:31 with Sal's purchase. So
nice.
It's doing pretty good. And I'm actually going in person. I'm doing an in-person interview with Scene Magazine on Wednesday.
Nice.
This week. So I don't know when that's going to actually come. But I'm doing that on Wednesday, and I'm doing another outlet that I'm not allowed to announce yet, but I will on the show as soon as I get a when it's going to be broadcast. It's something that's going to be broadcast on television.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I'm not allowed to actually share that one yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that's coming. So, the book is doing, but,
I want to cover that, but I want to take a short break here.
Okay, it's fine.
And we'll come back and we'll talk about the negative review, which I didn't think was, all that negative.
I didn't think it was too bad, but yeah, we could definitely do that. But I do not. Let me repeat this. I do not want to go all Eddie Trunk here tonight. I do not want to be like I me bye my book. I'll talk about it, but
Well, I would definitely be that way.
What you would definitely talk about it?
Oh yeah, I'd be all Eddie Trunk. Me, I.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about the fact that you can go to Amazon.com and buy my book in paperback or digital formats. It's on sale now. But please don't worry about that.
Sure.
That's Amazon.com.
Right.
Or Barnes and Noble, BN.com.
Sure.
It's there as well. Not that I'm trying to promote anything.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to play a couple of tunes here since we're talking a little bit about Led Zeppelin. Jason Bonham of John Bonham offspring. He often pays tribute to Led Zeppelin. He put out a CD a while back. It's called In the Name of My Father.
Dude, is he part of that Zoso Led Zeppelin experience thing?
I think so.
All right, cool, because that's playing at Rock on the Range, too.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
That Rock on the Range is going to kill.
Good. All right.
Are you going to be here for that or not?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of any of that goings on, so you're just going to have to fill me in.
All right. It's in like the first week of May or something.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get press passes for, me, you, John, and Steph, if you're going to be here.
Well, I wasn't aware of any of it, so you're going to have to fill me in.
All right. Well, we'll take that off the air, but, I definitely want you to come out if you want to and hang with us.
Well, if it's available to me, I'll be there.
All right. Cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to play a couple of tunes here. This is Jason Bonham Band from the Zepp set, In the Name of My Father, and this is in the evening exclusively here
on your classic metal show.